Hello 3D printing friends! Christmas is coming up fast, and if you're thinking, there's no way I have time to print anything now, I want to show you something that might change your mind. These are Christmas ornaments printed in vase mode. They're lightweight, they print fast, and you can realistically make several of these in an evening. And if you're watching this on Christmas Day or just after, they also make a great first project to try out with a brand new 3D printer. Let's take a look. Hi, welcome back. Today we're keeping things quick and seasonal. I'm taking a look at a handful of Christmas ornament models that are designed to be printed in vase mode. The big idea here is speed. These are prints you can knock out quickly without a lot of setup and without burning through a ton of filament. I've already picked out a few models I like, and I'll have links to those along with some additional ones down in the description. But first, let's make sure we're all on the same page about what vase mode actually is. So, real quick, what is vase mode, or vase mode if you pronounce it fancy, like everywhere that isn't America? In vase mode, your slicer prints one continuous outer wall instead of multiple walls with infill. There are almost no retractions or travel moves. The printer is essentially drawing a single line around the outside of the model as it builds upward. A good way to picture it is like a slinky toy. Instead of printing in separate layers, the nozzle follows one continuous path from the bottom all the way to the top. There's no stopping and starting, and no jumping around to different parts of the model. That's why vase mode prints are usually fast, lightweight, and really clean looking. It's especially great for decorative objects like vases, lanterns, and, in this case, ornaments. Here's why vase mode really shines for something like Christmas ornaments. First, print times are short. Depending on the model and your layer height, a lot of these ornaments can print in 45 minutes to an hour. That means you can realistically print several in a single evening. Second, filament usage is low. Because there's no infill and only a single wall, these prints don't use much material. This is a great way to use up partial spools or leftover filament. And third, they just look good. The continuous spiral path gives you a really clean surface finish, especially on curved or organic designs. And you can get that look without having to do anything fancy in the slicer. You don't need a complicated setup to print these successfully. Obviously, you'll want to enable vase mode or spiralize outer contour depending on what your slicer calls it. I do suggest bumping up the line width a bit if you want the ornament to feel sturdier. Even a single wall can be surprisingly strong if it's thick enough. I just set mine to 0.6 millimeters for everything. These ornaments are going to have printed caps on top where the ornament hooks will go. And vase mode usually includes 3 or 4 bottom layers by default. You know, because an actual vase has a bottom. In this case, the bottom ends up at the top of the ornament, so I just set the bottom layers to 0. That leaves the ornament's top open and gives the hook somewhere to go. You can also choose to use a brim or you can skip it. I've printed them without brims on a Bamboo Lab P2S with BQ/Big Tree Tech's orange Cryo Grip frostbite plate, and also on a 3.5-year-old Ender 3S1 with its standard textured PEI plate. In both cases, they stuck just fine without a brim, but you can use a brim if you want to ensure a good result. So here are a few of the ornament designs that I picked out. This one I printed in a dual color silk PLA. It's purple and blue. With co-extrusion filaments like this, the color you see depends on the viewing angle. Designs with lots of direction changes really show that effect off. This is actually scaled down to 75% of its original size. It still makes a good-sized ornament. On the old Ender 3S1 Pro, it took about an hour to print. I also printed it at 100% scale. The Ender did that one in about an hour and a half. So scaling these down a bit is another easy way to save time if you're in a hurry. This one's a great example of a simple vase mode shape. It prints quickly and uses very little filament. The surface finish comes out really clean. I printed this one in a translucent PLA, which works especially well for ornaments. When you hang it on a tree with lights behind it, it really glows. This one is scaled to 75% of its original size. It printed on the old Ender 3 in about 45 minutes. If you have a miniature tree, like one you'd put on a tabletop, scaling ornaments down to 50% gives you a better size. Plus, they'll take even less time to print. And in case you're wondering, why the ancient printer? I wanted to show you that even if you don't have the latest, fastest printer, you can still crank these things out pretty quickly. But speaking of latest and fastest, this last pair was printed in solid color silk PLA on a Bamboo Lab P2S. These are at 100% scale, so they're a bit taller. They still print fast thanks to vase mode. And with silk filament, that shine helps hide the layer lines. It makes the ornament look more polished than you'd expect from such a simple print. Overall, you don't need anything exotic for these. Standard PLA works just fine. This is a great way to use up partial spools or leftover filament. I have links to all of these models plus a few more down in the description. And all these models include the files for the caps that let you attach an ornament hook. I've printed all the caps for this video in a gold silk PLA for that extra classic look. Just remember, if you scale your ornaments down, you'll also need to scale your caps down to the same size. So if you're short on time before Christmas or you're looking for a simple project to try during the holidays, vase mode Christmas ornaments are a great option. They're fast, they don't use much filament, and they look way more impressive than the effort involved in printing them. All the model links are down in the description. And leave a comment. I'd love to hear what filament colors or designs you end up using. Thank you for watching, and big thanks to everyone who supports the channel, whether with channel memberships or by using the links in the description. If you liked this episode, give it a thumbs up and maybe subscribe so you don't miss new ones. Well, 3D printing friends, that's about all the time we have for this one, and now that we're at the end, let's go print something cool.